Hey, it's going to be a really short video of a visit to Burlington Island. This area was closed to the public for a long time, and then probably within about the last year, it has opened up for people to paddle to and hike around to. It's a very dangerous waterway. People have died on the island and died swimming and stuff, but I didn't have too much problem paddling across from the nearby boat launch. The water is pretty calm if you're meeting at the right side, and I wouldn't recommend swimming because of the current, but boating, not too unsafe. Long ago, there used to be private residents out here. There's no residents on the island anymore. Maybe one little boat garage area, but it might just be for maintaining the island. There's supposedly some ruins of old buildings and stuff on this island. I'm not sure where they are. There's about 5 miles worth of trails, and I'm going to hike them all and see what we can find here. This building here is kind of interesting. I suspect it is maybe a radio station, communications building. The electrical machinery inside is extremely destroyed, but it looks to have 3 power supplies, one of which looks like it's tube voltage, and the other 2 look like they're like primary and secondary power supplies. One of these panels indicates that there's a switch between Tower 1 and Tower 2, which makes me think that it was a broadcast station that had an alternate antenna. All the telephone poles on the island have been cut down, and the transformers have all been scrapped and pillaged. Mel, the PCBs from over here. Yo, I just feel like I stepped into Jurassic Park. There's various primitive shelters on the site, along with tons of scrap metal garbage that I suppose has either been dumped or washed up. Interesting point in this location, there's actually a lake in the middle of the island of still water. Pretty cool. There's surprisingly little buildings on the island, but this stone remains of a building is one of maybe 3 or 4 buildings that are actually visible if you hike along enough. The backside of the island has much more rough waters and waves and stuff, but it's got a nice little sandy beach part here that's actually pretty smooth. Amongst the junk you find on the island, there's ugly junk, and then there's nice looking junk, like this tar that is sitting out in the middle with the bright yellow and green paint job. One of the things I was seeking out that I knew about on the island, there was this fountain back when it used to be a town with some houses out here. This is probably the coolest thing on the whole island as far as remains go. It took a very long time. I actually almost completely missed it at the end. It's kind of off to the side somewhere in a clearing. That's kind of it for this video. There wasn't too much more to the island. I came home with the most flea bites I've ever had in my life. I think it was like 197 bug bites on my feet. When I left, it was low tide, and it was mud, and it was disgusting. And then I raced across the river and got to the other side, and ended up with both of my feet wet getting out of the boat. But it was a cool little trip, nevertheless.